Yeah, let's talk about them. Let's talk about what topic sentences are. Then let's look at an example. Then let's talk about the three functions of the topic sentence. Then we're gonna talk about where we should put them. Do we really need them? Then we're gonna talk about how they relate to thesis statements. So this is our plan for this lecture. The topic sentence is a sentence that indicates in a general way what idea the paragraph is going to deal with. So they go with paragraphs. In other words, a well-organized paragraph supports or develops a single controlling idea, which is expressed in a sentence called the topic sentence. The topic sentence indicates what the paragraph is going to be about. Here's an example. You can go ahead and pause the video if you want to read this. So that paragraph is about the privatization of space spawning competition and decreasing the cost of traveling into space and increasing efficiency. All these sentences are about that sentence. They're just like elaborating it. How do they elaborate on it? Well, first he says, just imagine. He kind of like talks about, kind of taps into the audience who have dreamt of spaceflight. Then he gives a quote from Peter Diamandis, who is a guy at a nonprofit that knows what he's talking about. Then he gives some figures about how much it'll cost and how the prices could drop. Competition will decrease the cost. All about that one sentence. Topic sentences have several functions. Function 1, the topic sentence supports an essay's thesis statement. The thesis statement is the single controlling idea of the entire composition, the whole paper, the whole composition, the whole thing that you wrote, the whole thing that you composed is all about one single controlling idea, which is the thesis statement. Here's the thesis statement for the essay that we just read that paragraph from. Private investors should continue to focus respectable amounts of resources into exploring space. This student really thinks that we need to privatize the space industry and not have the government run the space industry. Thesis statement, private investors should continue to focus respectable amounts of resources into exploring space. Topic sentence of the paragraph we just read, the privatization of space will spawn competition and will help decrease the cost of traveling into space and increase efficiency. This is the king daddy, and this is kind of like a reason for that. This is a claim, and this is a reason. Think of the thesis statement as the chairman of the board. So who's the chairman of the board here? I'm going to say it's that dude. It doesn't matter. But the thesis statement is the chairman of the board. The thesis statement governs the whole composition. But the topic sentences only govern their own individual paragraphs. Topic sentences work for the chairman of the board. This guy works for this guy. The whole paper's about this, but one paragraph's about this. Every other paragraph will have their own topic sentence. Once again, thesis of the essay. Topic sentence of the paragraph we just read. Function 2, the topic sentence unifies the paragraph. So this ties the whole paragraph together. When a reader reads this, they go, okay, great, I know what to expect out of this whole paragraph. It's all going to be about this. If it's not, you're going to get confused readers. So a unified paragraph means that every sentence is about that guy. Function 3, the topic sentence advises the reader of the paragraph of this, it advises the reader of the subject to be discussed and how the paragraph will discuss it. It points out what's about to happen. This points out what's about to happen. Topic sentences usually go right at the beginning of a paragraph, but they don't have to. Readers generally look to the first few sentences in a paragraph to determine the subject and perspective of the paragraph. That's why it's often best to put the topic sentence at the very beginning of the paragraph. In some cases, however, it's more effective to place another sentence before the topic sentence. For example, a sentence linking the current paragraph to the previous one, or one providing background information. So here's an example of that. Sometimes the topic sentence can come in the middle or at the end. But before we've really become skilled with using topic sentences and with making unified paragraphs, we should probably just try to start putting them at the beginning of a paragraph. But it really all depends upon your purpose for writing and your audience. So that's really your own decision to make where you put your topic sentence. Hold on a sec. Are you saying I always need a topic sentence? Because if so, that kind of seems like you're telling me how to write or what, or it's kind of like a rule, you know? I'm not a big fan of rules. So let's talk about that. Although most paragraphs should have a topic sentence, there are a few situations where a paragraph might not need a topic sentence. For example, you might be able to omit a topic sentence in a paragraph that narrates a series of events. You know, a paragraph that, a paragraph that says, first I went here, then I went here, then I went here, and I wound up there. You don't really need to start that paragraph out with. What follows is a series of how I went through the day. You know, you can just go ahead and say that. If you have a paragraph that continues developing idea that you introduced in the previous paragraph, then you don't need a topic sentence, you know. You might have had it, your topic sentence was in the paragraph before. Some ideas take a long time to develop, and you might need a couple paragraphs for it. In that case, you don't really need to have another topic sentence if you're just continuing an idea from a previous paragraph. Or if all the sentences and details in a paragraph clearly refer, perhaps indirectly, to a main point. So if it's so unified and so clear that it doesn't need any explanation, then no need to jam a topic sentence in there. I mean, it really, if you do it in that case, it might it might annoy your reader to be like, okay, I know, I can tell what this paragraph's about. You didn't have to sum it all up in one sentence, you know? Um, so there are cases where you don't need one, and as you become more skilled writers, you'll become better at figuring out when to use one and when not to. I'm still trying to figure that out. If you guys have any insight, let me know too. Oh, one more. Ah, there you go. You usually need one. Are you happy, Tommy Lee Jones? Okay, fine. Oh, look at these guys. Um, Topic sentences often act like tiny thesis statements. Like a thesis statement, a topic sentence makes a claim of some sort. This is the thesis statement, and this guy is a topic sentence. Freaky. Okay. Um, As the thesis statement is the unifying force in the essay, so the topic sentence must be the unifying force in the paragraph. Words of wisdom from Ben, Obi-Wan. Yeah, so the thesis statement unifies the whole essay, the whole essay. The topic sentence just unifies each individual paragraph. So they work together. Further, as is the case with a thesis statement, when the topic sentence makes a claim, the paragraph which follows must expand, describe, or prove it in some way. So you can't just have a topic sentence and then not have the paragraph develop that topic sentence. Topic sentences make a point and give reasons or examples to support it. Topic sentences make the point, and then the paragraph, I guess that should say, the paragraph gives the reasons and the examples. Consider the space paragraph beginning with the topic sentence itself. The privatization of space will spawn competition and will help decrease the cost of traveling into space and increase efficiency. That's the claim or the point I'm going to prove in the paragraph. All the sentences that follow this topic sentence must relate to that topic sentence in some way. Use the force.